What's going on, everyone? JRez back with another episode of the Rescueality Podcast. I am here to talk about the reality of rescue, hence the name Rescueality, reality of rescue. And today I am talking about a litter of pups that were thrown away on the side of the road in a pizza box, which is a strange grouping of words to put together, but they were indeed inside of a pizza box and abandoned, and want to talk about how that went and see if I can try and figure out why someone would want to do that, although I don't know if I can find an answer as to why. But anyways, we got a call that there was a moving pizza box. And so we had one of our rescue friends go and check out what was going on and open up the pizza box. And inside there was like 3 puppies, and kind of around 5 feet away around the corner there was another couple puppies. There was 6 in total, and it was a used pizza box. Couldn't even been a new pizza box, used, all greasy and stuff. So we rescued them, and then we went through the whole process of rehabilitating them and getting them ready to be adopted out. Our process is we rescue, we rehabilitate, we rehome. Completed the rescue. Now through the rehabilitation process, I can honestly say I'm not too familiar with Pizza Pups, as that is our only litter of Pizza Pups we've had. I have had other crazy rescues. I did 2 episodes ago. I did a video on Tank, who was thrown away inside of a box with a broken leg that healed incorrectly. So that was super crazy. Another crazy one. And I have probably hundreds more of crazy ones that I'm going through, kind of my history of rescues, finding out the crazy ones and want to do a video on it. I try and only talk about the ones that I have proof on, because some of them they're like, yeah, no way that happened, and I'm like, it happened. So I try and have proof on it. Anyways, Pizza Pups, going through the rehabilitation process. First things first, take them to the vet, see if they are sick with marinara poisoning or mozzarella poisoning or something like that. Just kidding. We do our normal kind of checkup, parvo, distemper. Most dogs down here in Mexico tend to have giardia, tend to have worms. That's just kind of how it is. We deworm all of our dogs. Every dog that comes through, we deworm them, and most of them tend to have worms. Fortunately, it's not that harmful in terms of lethality. It's more so a factor that could deplete the immune system and allow other infectious diseases and other illnesses to kind of invade and take over. So pups rescued, getting tested. Then they are with us they were about 2.5, 3 weeks old when we rescued them. So we go through, about 2.5, 3 months getting them ready. And then at the about 3.5, 4 month mark, they're up for adoption. And it's a really crazy process going from rescue, the day you rescue them, to when they're potentially going to be adopted, because I look back at it like, it was it was a day. It was 24 hours. It was 48 hours. It was nothing. It was 3 months. That's a quarter of a year that it took for this one litter to get to when they were able to be adopted. We tend to not adopt out younger than 3 months or so. But we were ready to get these pups adopted. And then now it came to naming said pups, which I have to say I am quite an expert at. So I thought it'd be fitting we give them pizza names. So we had Peppy for pepperoni. We had Ollie for olive. We had Mozzie for mozzarella. We had Pina, which is Spanish for pineapple, and I personally like pineapple on my pizza. Fight me in the comments. Then we had Peppy for bell pepper. And then rounding it up, we had Steve. So these pups were already taken to an adoption event. We had 4 of the 6 get adopted at the event. So really good event. Really happy about that. And then what's actually in the thumbnail, we had a gentleman who he saw one of the pups and he's like, oh, looks just like one of mine that unfortunately passed away. And I have to adopt him. He's perfect. And he was a perfect match for us to adopt him out. And then we told him the story and he's like, no way. There's absolutely no way. Sent him pictures. He's like, how many were there? 6. We have 2 left. He's like, bring me the other one. I'll take them both. And we normally don't adopt out siblings due to littermate syndrome. Can absolutely do an episode on that. Littermate syndrome is basically when you adopt out siblings, littermates, they form their own pack, they form their own bond, and they refuse to kind of listen to you or integrate themselves into another pack, into another household. So we typically don't adopt out siblings. This particular one, it was a male and a female. So that was typically the only way that we adopt out siblings. And super happy. Dogs are super happy. It's been multiple years since then, and we've gotten updates. We get a lot of updates from our previous rescues, and we're always happy to see that they are flourishing and doing the best that they can, and we're given a second chance at life. And that's why we do it. We always put our dogs first. We always put our rescues first. And I've sacrificed a lot. My mom has sacrificed a lot. My mom's the other half of the rescue. Sacrificed a lot to get these pups to good homes, but seeing them in their new homes is quite amazing. And over the last almost decade, it has been insane, the stories that we've had, the rescues that we've had. I've had multiple litters that were tied in trash bags and thrown away. I've had multiple litters that were thrown inside dumpsters, thrown out of moving cars, thrown on the side of the road, hoarding cases. I've had probably everything under the sun. I've probably had some ex-fighting dogs. I don't know their history other than when we find them. And so it makes me really proud to do this. Last episode, I talked about the breaking point and how a lot of rescuers get overwhelmed, and that certainly is the case. I have been overwhelmed many, many times, just like many other rescuers. But at the end of the day, our goal is to give our rescues a second chance at life. And we have fortunately been pretty successful at it. I'm happy with what we have accomplished, and I am excited to share a lot of not only what I've done, but what a lot of other rescues, a lot of other organizations and industry professionals have done, because there's so much more to it than what's just posted on social media. There's a lot of good posted on social media. I'm no stranger to that. I try and post all my good stuff, but I think it's the bad stuff. It's the cliche stuff that I also want to kind of bring to light to show what the real rescue world is all about. So Pizza Pups are living their best lives. Went from being thrown away inside of a pizza box to now being in perfect homes and are there for the rest of their lives. So really sad beginning, but really happy outcome. And I have many more stories to talk about. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will absolutely see you in the next one.